Hey, all right. So I am now on the line with a Miss Adelina and Haneko, who are Kizomba dancers and instructors currently living in California. If I'm not mistaken, you two are from France. Is that correct? Born and
Yeah.
raised in France. Hey, how are you two doing today?
How are you doing, my dear?
Fine, good, good. We still at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the problem COVID-19. So we take care
Of ourselves.
of ourselves. Yes.
I work from home, and Eneko works his English
Yes.
and some other of his skills, such as 3D and other stuff.
Mm-mm.
I completely understand that. Yeah, this COVID situation has kind of put everyone's life on pause, so I definitely understand that. I'm curious. Right now, I live in Guam, so I'm very curious. What is California like since this whole thing happened? Or how has California changed?
Since COVID-19,
Yes, ma'am.
we live in the Bay Area, in the suburbs, so it's pretty calm here. So I would say it's still calm. The main difference is that we don't have any more social activity, so we just stay at home and go to the supermarket where we are 3 feet apart with the masks, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we still see people in the streets, but people usually have masks and usually stay far from each other.
I'm curious. This might be an obvious answer, but how has this affected? I guess your dancing. Have you all been able to dance at all, or not really?
Actually, we dance just together, but we stop to dance with another people because
Yeah.
we don't take some risk. We prefer, you know. Mm.
I definitely understand that. I definitely do. Um, I guess to continue this conversation, I would be very interested to hear from you all. I guess what was your childhood growing up in France? What was that like for you two?
Start.
No, is it?
No, you.
My childhood, so I was born in Corsica, in Ajaccio, and then I came to Paris, and I moved a lot around a lot. I lived in Turkey, in Oman. I came back to France. Uh, yeah, it was a very movemented life.
Really?
Yes.
I'm joking.
I had a bit of a musical background as well. I was lucky. My mom put me to the conservatory. I don't know how you say it in English. When I was a kid, so I learned piano and music in general, and yeah, I was lucky to be able to do that, and and yeah, I had a movemented life, but I'm glad I did because it really, I think, opened my horizons, and yeah, I'm thankful for that.
Interesting life. Okay.
And yeah, and the same question for you, Haneko, as well.
Yes, for me it's very simple. I was born in France, Paris capital, and I don't know if it's a big family, but I grew up with four siblings, and I have a twin, and he miss me a lot.
I miss him.
I miss him a lot because he's still France, and me here, so it's very far. And yes, and I take some school like everyone, and
Good students.
yes, I was good student.
Yes.
Yes, really, really. You're surprised, but yes, I was a good student. Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. I kind of want to ask. I have questions for both you all, but Adelina, I'm very curious. You said you were very involved in music as a child. Um, how do you think that has influenced your dance style or your dance capabilities, if at all?
Well, first thing is when I learned dancing, I don't think I had like any problems understanding the tempo, the beat, the rhythm, and then going further more into understanding more about musicality and stuff like that. So I think that's a good perk because I noticed that when people have like a real problem, like understanding the rhythm or something, it gets really more complicated for them. It's still doable, but it's just so much easier when you have that kind of background.
Of course. Yeah, no, I definitely understand that, and I definitely agree with you. I took a couple years of band in my youth, so I really think that definitely helped me with my musicality as well. So I definitely understand that. And I want to ask you, Haneko, I'm very curious to hear from you, man. What is it like having a twin? What is that life like?
I don't know. It's with my friend, we are very close. We are very close, but we have a lot of thing in the coming
In common.
in coming. Like we like very show the movie, the manga, animation, everything. But just the dancing is different. I do dancing, and him is still
He tried.
he tried, but oh my god.
It was quite funny.
Yeah.
I understand that. I'm curious to hear from both of you all. You all are big dancers right now. Is is dancing something that has always been a part of your life? Like, were you dancers in your childhood, or was this something that is, more recent for you all?
Me, when I was young, I always like dance, every dance. But the problem is when I try every dance, I was horrible, terrible, very terrible. But I keep going, I keep to try to dance some dance like hip hop, Afro house, but I was very terrible. And one day, I go to at the gym, and some on the schedule we have a Kizomba class. I dis, interesting.
J'ai dit,
Maybe I will try. So I go there one time, two time, and little by little, I start to improve. And the teacher, it was Eden Kims and Aude, and it's thanks to it's all of this is thanks to us. Us? No,
to
thanks to
them.
them because
They-
they show me the kizomba, the basic, all of this. So thank you for them. Thank you them for this. And you?
What me?
Well, so wait, real quick, I'm curious for you, Hanego. When did you start dancing Kizumba?
Oh, seven. What now? Six. I have 1 year more than you.
16 par là?
How much is it?
15?
How much is it for you? 5, 6. Okay, I know. I started 1 year before Adelina, but I think it's 6 years.
6 years ago.
6 years ago, and her 5. I guess yes. 1 year.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay, I understand. So for you, Hanego, you said they started offering it at your gym.
Yeah.
Adelina, how did you get introduced to Kizomba?
So I said I had a movement in life, and once I grew up, I didn't want to change that, and I still kept traveling and going places. So I was living in Lille, which is a city north of France, and I didn't know anyone back in the time, and I knew how to dance salsa and bachata. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just meet some people. So I wrote salsa Lille on Google, and I found that place, and I went there, and then I started going to more like kizomba places, and I dated someone who was dancing kizomba. Sorry, there was someone before. I'm sorry.
Really? Seriously?
and and yeah, his interest was more into kizomba. So he introduced me to that universe, and I really liked it. Actually, I liked salsa and bachata, but I wasn't passionate about it as I was with kizomba. Like kizomba, I could go out all the time. I was going to Belgium to parties or to Paris, like driving, and I didn't have that drive for salsa bachata, which I knew since years.
Okay, I definitely understand that. So I've only lived in North America my whole life. I'm very curious to hear from you all. How popular is Kizomba in Europe?
Oh, how was Kizomba in New York? Oh, the level is very up. Yes, yes, up.
Yeah, compared
Yes.
to here, the level is really good. But also, it's like the US is such a wider country. Okay, Europe is not a country, but still, the US is such a wide territory that, yeah, I think it makes it more difficult to have like access to different type of classes or access to parties and everything. Yeah,
Yeah, the community here is very small, and in France we have party all the time, every day.
in Paris,
In
not
Paris,
everywhere.
yeah. In Paris we have party every time, every day. So it's easier to improve quickly, opposite to another place. So
To be honest, like if you go to Paris, you're gonna go crazy. It's like, yeah, there are parties every night, and sometimes you have several parties the same night.
yeah,
Like
it's crazy.
I was learning Kizomba in Lille, and back when I was there was like 1 to 2 parties per week or something like that. There wasn't much activity. So when I arrived in Paris, I was like crazy, going out until 5 a.m.
Yeah.
and going to work.
What is funny because for me it was normal. For me, because I go, so I start Kizomba in Paris. So every day I was a party. For me it was normal. But all the time when I spoke with some people, some people was shocked to have sometime 3 party on the same day. So for me it was normal, but it's true. It's very wow. It's very wow.
They're lucky
Amazing.
in
Yeah,
Paris.
yeah, yeah.
They're lucky.
I'll say it real quick.
Hey kid, come here. Hey, if you could like and subscribe for the channel, that'd be amazing. Let's get back to the show.
Say it real quick. Like the big cities like New York and like LA or something, they might have a lot of parties, but I live in Virginia. I used to live in Virginia, and we would have one or two socials a week. So so it's a little different.
Two social by week.
A week, yeah, maybe well at least one, but maybe two a week. So yeah.
Wow, it's crazy. Wow.
Yeah. So that's really amazing. I would love to hear from you, Haneka. You kind of already spoke on it, but I want to hear from both of you all. Tell me about your beginner stage learning Kizomba. What was it like for you two?
Comment c'était pour toi?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There are videos on the internet. You can find them.
So take the class. For me, it was not easy, but I like that. I like that because the Kizomba we have basic. So if you know the basic, you can dance. And I have good memory, and all the time I understand every part. And the rough I do it all the time. I ask. I put some question. What ask?
I kept asking questions.
I kept asking questions all the time. I ask question. Why my foot is here? Why my hand is here? How do I do for this? Why my foot is here? Why his foot is here? My weight is here. All the time. Trust me, I put some question all the time for understand what exactly I'm doing all the time at each moment. So yes, so at the beginner, so I take some class with every teacher when I can, because for me, because every teacher is different, and every teacher learn something new. So I I wanted to take some information for every teacher, and yes, and it's beaucoup helped me. Oh, beaucoup helped me, and it helped me a lot. And comment on dit celui qui m'a beaucoup inspiré?
The one that inspired me
The
the
one
most.
inspired
Me.
me a lot. It was Curtis Selden. So after I learned basic Kizomba with Eden, Kims, and Odd, I grew up with Curtis Selden. And he helped me a lot. And he discovered me, the Urban Kid.
He made me discover.
He made me discover the Urban Kid. And yes, yeah. Yes, and after and after when I meet him, I find out what I want to do later on. It's
Okay.
international dance teacher.
Hey. And so yeah, definitely the same question for you as well, Adelina. What was your beginner stage like?
So in Kizomba, in the beginner stage felt pretty easy for me. To me.
Sorry.
I feel like I was a social salsa bachata dancer. I know it's not the same thing, but I always learned to be pretty receptive. So being close in Kizomba made it so much more easier. And yeah, I felt like for following, like it was it was it wasn't too hard because I was pretty receptive. But I took some classes during festivals and stuff, and that helped me understanding that I wasn't doing shit, because the problem was that I was following, but I wasn't conscious about, am I doing this right? That was my main problem, my main concern. I was like, am I doing this right? And also, I remember as a beginner, the thing that was the most difficult for me at first was understanding the cha-cha. And once I understood that the cha-cha, I felt like the queen of the world. Because yeah, the cha-cha, I was never sure, like, is it a cha-cha? Is it not a cha-cha? What am I doing? So yeah, the classes helped me like gain confidence. And then with confidence, like afterwards, when there were steps I didn't know, it felt more like discovering something more exciting than being always in doubt and not knowing if I'm screwing the dance or being correct. Um, as a lead, because I do lead also. Yes, better than him. Don't tell him.
You have a lot of skills.
As a lead, I think what helped me the most is actually our classes, because whenever we teach the classes, I either learn the steps before the class or during the class as the lead, and the fact that repeating it, even if I'm doing it as a follow, I still understand it as a lead, and then during the party I try to repeat it. It's just that since I don't all the time practice the steps from the classes, I don't remember all of them, but sometimes I do. So yeah.
No, definitely. And I talk to a lot of dancers, and a lot of them say, learning to both lead and follow, it only makes you a better dancer in the end. So,
Definitely.
so yeah, that is really a true skill you have, being able to lead and follow. That's amazing. I want to ask you. I want to ask you this question. You know, for help for other dancers, maybe beginners out there. So let me ask you this question: what are some things that you know now that you wish you had known when you first started dancing?
For me, the key to improve in Kizomba is practicing.
Qu'est-ce qu'il t'a demandé?
I did what?
C'est quoi que tu aurais bien aimé savoir quand tu as commencé la cuisine et que tu ne savais pas et que tu me dises que tu sais améliorer plus vite?
I don't know. Practicing. And you?
To be honest, yeah, practicing is what helps the most, really the most, and don't be afraid. And if you have a bad experience, like people rejecting you, try not to take it personally. I know it's hard, I lived it myself. One day there were 5 people in a row who said no to me, and I was really depressed and I wanted to cry and to leave the party. But I
Oh.
still danced. Yeah, that was a terrible memory. The last one just invited someone in front of me, and she said no, and I was like, "Yeah, that's my man," and he still said no. But you see, just you have to keep going because that's what's gonna make you better, and that's what's gonna make you discover new dancers, new worlds, and new friendships, new everything. Like really, maybe sometimes it's just like if the vibe's not there or the I don't know, like it's not the good night for you, but try to just persevere and still invite people to dance, especially when people don't know you. Maybe they don't won't come necessarily to you. So try to do it and try to redance with the same people as well. We don't have the same energy every night. One night it can be amazing, and one other night you cannot be the best self, your best self. So try it out different times, see who you like dancing with, practice. And when you see someone new, practice with them too, and practice with all levels. Don't be afraid because someone has a great level. No, that will help you improve. And dancing with people who has a lower level will help you improve as well. It will just help you on different sides of your dancing, like different, how do you say, facets? Yeah, he's not gonna help me on that one.
No, yeah, fastest though. You're right. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I think I found one thing. It's speak English. Speak English is very important when you dance Kizomba. If you want to travel all over the world, even if you are student or teacher or DJ, whatever, speak English is very
yeah, but
important.
your body communicates. It's all
Yes,
right.
yes, but to for speak with everyone, for understand the classes, for wow, speak English is very important. So
Okay.
yeah, I
Uh,
think
I I understand that. I definitely understand that, and I agree with pretty much everything you said, Adelina. Yeah, dancing with people who are better than you and beginner people because it helps you. It just helps your overall dance. So I completely agree with you on that. Um, I'm very curious to hear from you all. I guess how did you all meet? How did that come about?
How did we meet?
you can tell because the English is better.
No, your English is fine.
No.
Okay. So we were in Belgium at a festival, and I was teaching with my ex. Sorry.
Yes, and at this moment, I was taxi with Kachi Selden, and my goal it was I want to dance with every teacher I meet. So I saw her. I know it was a teacher. So my goal it was I have to dance with her. I speak with her. Together we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance together today. But
We never
we
danced.
never dance. I forgot.
And me too. I didn't care. No, but yeah, so we forgot, and then we realized we also saw each other in a few parties, but we didn't really uh, like we saw each other, but we didn't have the opportunity to dance. There was a lot of people, other stuff to do,
and
and then
and one day,
I remember.
yeah,
Yes, it was a festival
yeah,
in Paris. I don't remember it. Okay. I do not remember it because I was wasted. Don't do this. Okay. Do what I say, but don't do what I do. I don't know how that expression is. And apparently we danced together. It wasn't bad. Like, I mean, of course, even my drunk self. No, I'm joking. But I don't remember it at all. He
I
remembers it.
was shocked because we danced together. It was great, amazing. So and then one day when
Run each other in
we
each
had
other.
yeah, yeah, and I told her we danced. We already danced together. She said, "What? You sure?" Yes. You don't remember? It was a dance festival. No, really? Wow, this is crazy.
So that was his first time with me. My first time was with him was on another festival
Yeah.
where we danced just one or two songs. It wasn't that great because I think he was in a hurry to go somewhere afterwards. In my memories, he was tall. I don't know why. And
Thank you. I was always told.
and then we danced again at parties in Paris, and we had a good chemistry, and we were both pretty available. So we started like training together and doing things together, and that's how we just decided to work together because we were both having a good chemistry and we were available. So that's how it started.
Okay. Now I understand that. I'm curious. I guess when did the idea or the desire to start teaching, like when did that come about, and how did that come about?
When did we wanted to teach?
Ah, when I meet Curtis Holden, because he's the first teacher I meet, and he was international dance teacher, and I spoke with him for know how was your travel, why you do that, how was you travel your festival, and then I was fascinated, and I found out my new goal. So I do everything when I can to become like him.
And as for me, well, I started assisting my ex and then teaching with him. And when I came to Paris, we broke up. And then when I met Nico, he proposed me to become partners, or maybe I did. I don't remember. Maybe we did. Who did?
You did it.
I did.
Because the first time
I have the eye.
yeah, because the first time I I started to teach under party. It was my beginning. I started to teach under party, and I have to have a partner to give class.
Yeah.
So I asked her because I was good.
So you asked or I asked?
No, just for assist me. But after you ask me to become your partner.
Okay.
It's different.
Maybe I was drunk too. I don't remember. No, but one of the rules of our partnership that we had, like very first rule, was Adelina, you're not allowed to drink at a festival anymore. So now I don't drink anymore.
Yeah. I never forget this. You forgot our first date. Oh my god, no.
Oh my goodness. So tell me this real quick then. I'm very curious to hear from you all. What was that first year of teaching together? Like what was that first year like for you two?
It was really nice. We were very lucky.
Yeah.
We had a lot of bookings that came like first a little slowly and then very quickly all the weekends got booked and we traveled all around the world. We are so
Everywhere.
lucky and thankful to have this opportunity, really, like
Wow. Yeah.
yeah, it's amazing. We are very, very lucky and we love teaching. Like sometimes we have a bad day or maybe we are pissed at each other and when we go to the class, we pretend we're not pissed at each other because people don't need to know that. And then at the end of the class, we're not pissed at each other anymore because we're having such a great time, like laughing with everyone. We make fun of his English. He makes fun of, I don't know, he tries. And then we laugh with the students and it's really nice and being able to do that all across the world is an amazing experience and we met amazing people and really we're super thankful for that.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he learned English. When I met him, he only knew how to say hello, bye-bye, 1, 2, 3.
No, I know how do you say
Until 8.
what's your name.
I would say easily, your English is way better than my French, so that is an accomplishment.
What word do you know in French?
Ooh, A wee wee? I don't. What is that?
Oui, oui. Ah,
Yes,
yes,
yes.
yes, yes, yes. Okay. That's it.
Oh wait, hold on. I guess parlez-vous français? Parlez-vous
Oh,
français?
do you speak French? Okay, okay, okay. I got you. Yes.
And so real quick, I want to ask you all for someone else who may be an aspiring teacher. You know, they want to get into teaching, whether it be for, Kizomba or dancing or even some other thing. Do you all have any like words of wisdom or advice for someone who wants to become a teacher?
T'as compris?
Yes.
No?
You first.
Okay. So to me, you're an aspiring teacher. Spot your strengths, whatever your strength is, and really exploit it. Okay. And like for example, our strengths are like our precision, technicality, musicality, how clean our dance is, and we really exploit this. We can do other stuff, but that's what we exploit because that's the most, I think, impressive part of our dance. So that's what we teach the most. And I would say, yeah, start with what you're really good at and exploit that so that people can see what you can do and then maybe you can teach other stuffs related to your dance. But I would say yeah, start with that. And also on the pedagogy side, try to take like different type of classes so you can learn from others as well, see different type of teaching,
Yeah.
not necessarily just in your dance field, but it can be in other different kind of fields as well, where you will see like some stuff that might inspire you for your classes. And yes, I also think it's good to start local, to have like your little bases because you feel more comfortable giving classes to your students, your group, and then when it gets bigger, you don't feel like scared because there's so many people in front of you or whatsoever because you're already used to talk in public and all of that.
Mhm.
And find yourself a good partner if it's a partnership. What are your advices?
To me, before to start teaching, or
Si
the
quelqu'un veut devenir un professeur, qu'est-ce que tu lui recommanderais? Pas
to
forcément qu'il
yeah, 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 to everything, to practice his basic, know every basic for every dance when you want to learn. It's very important. If you know the basic, you can improve faster and understand what you do and teaching what you're doing. So yeah, yeah, yeah. And keep practicing. Even if you become famous, you have to keep practicing because another people can grow up more than you or anywhere. So keep practicing. Practicing is the very key because some now we teach all the world, but sometimes when I have time, I take some class for know the new work, for understand the new things or everything I can do. So it's
Wow.
still learning. Yes.
Of course, that's as a teacher, you should always be learning, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely understand. I definitely understand that. I want to ask you too this question. You all have been, dancing at a high level for a very, very long time. I would love to hear from you too. What are some things that you've learned from dancing that you're able to translate to your everyday life?
Qu'est-ce que tu as appris de la danse que tu arrives à apporter dans ta vie de tous les jours?
You first.
Um, I would say kind of don't judge a book by its cover. Like, don't judge a dancer because of their style or whatever, because you don't know what kind of universe they're going to make you discover. Um, I already kind of didn't have that judgment before dancing, but I think it just like confirmed it even more. Then I think I want to talk more about the US. and California specifically. I think coming to California, like I've always been a pretty big feminist, and I've encountered like stuff that didn't please me in the Kizomba world because, like, as you can see, males are very important and always upfront, and it's always to the male that people are dressing and stuff like that. So I can be a little careful about that. And what I noticed when I came to California is more stuff about how do you say? Uh,
Lead and follow.
yeah, like even like for example, they say lead Saida, follow Saida instead of man and woman Saida, which at first I didn't really like it because to me it was like the traditional way of saying this woman Saida, man Saida. I shouldn't be saying that. But at the same time, in my mind, I was like, yeah, but why should my gender be defining whatever I want to learn? Like if I want to learn to lead or follow, yeah, who cares? And for that, I learned that. Then I learned other things such as that saying no to a dance is okay. I cannot do it for now. This is not possible for me, especially as a teacher. I feel like it wouldn't be nice to someone like who maybe saw one of her videos or one of her classes and who really wants to dance with me, and I would say no because I'm tired. There's something I don't feel like it would be fair. But I like the idea that if someone says no, I do not want, no, thank you, because please be polite. Don't say just no and then look elsewhere. This, I don't think it's very nice. Don't be rude. Just like no, thank you. No, no, I'm tired. Thank you. Or don't need to justify yourself, but just being polite and saying no is okay. And I think that's a good thing too because like in France specifically, like if someone says no to you, it's like, oh my God, that person's blacklisted, never gonna dance with them again.
Yeah.
I hate them. Da, 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 da. What's your blacklist? Let's compare them. And yeah, in the end, I mean, you come to a party to have fun and you shouldn't be forced to dance with anyone. Like for now, personally, the only person I can say no to is people who made me feel uncomfortable before. So yeah, and they're pretty rare. So how about you?
Me, I think it's just don't judge a person
Yeah,
for his appearance because
that's really
yeah, because sometimes you dance because sometimes you see the people and you don't like especially her physical, and you say in your mind, no, I don't want to dance with her. But when you dance with her, when you dance with this person, you shut, you
yeah,
impressed,
impressed.
you impressed, and you like it. So yeah. So just don't judge the person. So just dance and yeah.
I mean, that's so true. That's saying, don't judge a book by its cover, because you can't tell how good someone is just by looking at them. So, yeah, I definitely understand that. I
Mm.
definitely do. I'm curious. Why why did you all move from Paris to California? What sparked that desire?
Oh, it's very simple. Adelina, she's sick of the Paris. I'm joking. No, no. No, just for walking, just
Yeah,
for his walking.
I had an opportunity with my work to come here, so I grabbed it, and here we are.
Yeah, and I follow her. I
Ah.
sorry. Oh,
So let me ask you this thing real quick. You two, grew up in France, for pretty much all your lives. I'm very curious to hear from you. What was that first year like living in America, living in California? And the second part being, you know, how are France and US, how are they different and how are they similar, if in any ways?
wow. To me, at the beginning, I was very excited because for me, it's America. I I like movie and I like American movie. So
He trains to speak like Black Americans, but
yeah, so I was very excited, but the problem it was my English. So I am sometimes I very blocked because I don't understand. Sometimes I understand. Example, you I can understand you. I can understand Adelina when she speak English. I can understand some people, but sometimes I spoke with someone I don't understand every word,
anywhere.
any word, even if the word is hello, but her pronunciation is very different. So wow, and for me, for me,
To me.
to me, learn English is very difficult because wow, English is very wow, is very complicated. Like the word I don't really don't like it's get because you can use get every time. You can use get for have or to take something or to, oh my god get oh my god get oh trust me this word pissed me off. Yeah.
As for me, so it's very different because used to live in Paris, so in the city. So city life, subway, lots of people, lots of activities, not that lots of friends or whatever. And then we came here, and here it's like we're in the suburbs, so we have a better life quality. It looks like everyone has a gardener here. Everything's beautiful, and you're like, oh my
Yes.
god, just looking everywhere. And then during Christmas and Halloween, people decorate their house, and I'm like, when we're in the car, and I'm like, stop, 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 stop. Let's stop. Let's look at all of the houses. They're so pretty.
Yeah.
This is so American. And then going to the store and doing the grocery shopping. Oh my god, this is so American. I'm taking it. Oh my, and then I gained like 10 pounds when I arrived. So now I'm currently losing them because of all the, oh my God, this is so American. I need that milkshake with 1,500 calories. And yeah, the roads are wide, everything's big, really made for cars. Your health system really sucks. Uh, but like where we are, it's really nice because it's more peaceful. It's very green. It's very sunny. And in Paris, we had a life that went 200%. We had work, and then during the weekdays, we always had something different to do every night. And then the Fridays, we would go on a festival. We would come back on the Monday, and then again, and we wouldn't sleep a lot. And here we can finally like take time for ourselves and like rebuild some kind of health, and it's really nice. People are also nice, but we feel like everyone's kind of nice, very nice. Everyone's very nice, but it's difficult to create real friendships with American. It's like there's like this, I don't know how to say, this barrier or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's difficult to to dig deeper in people, like to actually like touch their true selves and let them be themselves, so that you can truly be yourself and you can truly build a friendship with someone. That's something we noticed as well.
Yes, actually, for now, I don't have really the friends. Yes, all my friends is
He? I'm a he
is
now. Okay, why not?
her frequentation, but yeah. So I don't have really the big friends or so yeah. Mm.
I
I would
think,
say
sorry, I was just gonna say, I think Americans also think we're rude because we're a little harsh, and yeah, maybe we are actually, and maybe we should be nicer. So yeah.
I mean I've had a perfectly fine conversation with you two, so I have no issues. But I was gonna say as far as not having friends, I think it's very amazing that you have a hobby where you're constantly meeting new people. Correct? That being dancing.
Yeah,
Yeah. So just I can see that. I can see that as a way to make new friends. If once the socials start back up
I
and you're able
think
to dance.
I think it's easier for me because I speak better English, so Also, maybe I'm more social than you.
No,
Yeah, I think I
I'm
am.
social, but
Yeah. No, he's just
here I was
he's just
programmed.
like vaguely social. I write to people and ask for news from them and
is it just that you may be more self conscious because of your English?
Yeah,
yeah.
because yeah, it's because I don't want because to talk with me, we have to be patient. And I know my English is not great, and sometimes the people is oh you don't speak English. Oh okay, anyway.
In French,
So
it's the same.
I said I've heard French people are kind of snobbish about their language.
no,
The
yeah,
what?
I just I've heard French people are very like kind of snobbish about their language. I've heard that as well.
Yeah, when you learn English at school in France, if you try to have a proper accent, which is what I did when I was in school, everyone was making fun of me. Oh, she tries to pretend she's English or American or whatever. And so kids they don't really practice at school because people make fun of each other. Because you know in France we talk like this, and when you don't talk like this with each other, you make fun of each other. Very good. Huh? but but Eneko's English improved tremendously since we're here. He just doesn't really realize it.
yeah.
It's just confidence. It's just confidence, man. Because I've had a perfectly fine conversation with you this whole time. So it's
See?
just confidence. Yeah, seriously.
Hey.
Yeah, yeah. It's just confidence, man. Dude, you'll be fine, man. I'm telling you, you'll be fine, bro.
Soon I will not
um,
have any more joke material.
Yes.
Take your time.
it's just so. I mean, can we say that learning English is very similar to learning Kizomba, where you just have to practice?
Not similar.
Why not?
I prefer learning dancing. Because make it more easier
Because
to.
you don't practice enough your English.
No, the problem is sometimes I don't understand what people would like to say me.
And sometimes I don't understand the leading.
Exactly. I was gonna say sometimes you have bad dance partners, right? Or a bad dance, right?
Yeah, but no, it's different.
He's pissed at English.
It's all good. Okay, what's up? We'll go on. Um, so real quick, I want to ask you a couple more questions if I can. I want to try and give some value to dancers out there real quick. So, so for someone who is a beginner and they feel like they're stuck in this beginner's rut, they're not getting better. Do you have any words of wisdom or advice to offer them?
So I know I'm repeat all the time, but practicing.
Toi,
And
tu te sens bloqué à un niveau.
yeah. Yes. When you fact you blocked and the level, try to find a partner to practice with them, with him or with them.
With them.
Well, yeah. To practice with them, because when you practice with one person, you can dance all the time. You can correct.
Correct.
You can correct what you feeling bad or anywhere, and you have to do a lot of recording video.
Record videos.
Record video. Yes, you can improve a lot when you see what the problem when you dance, and you can correct your posture. Oh, I don't like when I do this. Oh, so okay, I will modify. So yes, find a partner and do some video.
And I would like to add, like, so okay, let's say you took a video of yourself, you recorded yourself, and you saw these different things you don't like about yourself, and you're gonna be like, okay, like now, tonight when I'm gonna go to the party, I'm gonna be really careful about how I do. I don't know. Let's say. How my posture is. Okay, I keep looking at the floor, and I'm really gonna focus on keeping my head up. Okay, so you're gonna keep repeating this until you feel more comfortable, and then you're gonna record another video and look at the differences. Now, let's say you record a video, you feel like something is off, but you cannot really put your hand on it. You can either ask some more advanced people who could help you out, or you can also take private classes with a teacher that can like specifically focus on you and help you like move to the other step. That can really help you as well. I would recommend it if you have the budget. And then another thing that I did when I started Kizomba and that really helped me a lot is that we did like little groups. So we would gather in someone's garage and we were like maybe 4 or 5 couples and we all have pretty much the same level. Some were better, some were a little less good, but we were all like, we knew our basics and stuff and we really wanted to improve. So we were doing little groups like that and we were working on different kind of things all together. And it's really motivating also to feel like you're part of a group and you're growing together and the others can only make you go higher. And that really helped as well. Like, yeah, being part of a group or something is really nice. This is why, like, if you don't find a group, even if you find one person, one partner with whom you can practice and everything, that can help you a lot as well.
And when you can, try to dance with a teacher. Yes, dance with someone good level help a lot. And all the time when you can, not during the dancing, but after the dance, ask him what is the problem with me, what is the problem with my posture. Uh, Put some questions.
Yeah, so
And
feedback.
yeah,
Yeah, feedback. Yeah.
and a last thing also I would like really to insist on is listen to a lot of music, okay? The better you know the music, the more comfortable you're gonna feel when you're gonna dance on them. And that is the case for leads such as follows, both of them, okay? You're gonna feel more free to express yourself. You're gonna know the music. You're gonna be like, oh yeah, that moment, there's that thing I love when it does whatever it does. And then you're gonna want to express it on dance floor, and that's gonna make your dance richer. So yeah, really like listen to a lot of music, get your ear used to that type of music, understand the music, understand when there's gonna be a change in the music. Like you can even like if you don't feel it naturally, you can count on the music and then you can understand the scheme and everything. But again, it's easier and you will gain a lot of time if you take classes or if you ask a teacher to teach you. But yeah, you can train your ear, put the music in your car or in your AirPod or whatever when you go to work or whatever you do, and you get used to it.
Definitely. Yeah, y'all made some amazing points and I agree with all of it, definitely. For someone who is an intermediate and they want to get to that advanced level, what does it take for them?
So keep going practicing, but when you learn,
Practicing.
yeah. When you learn something, you have to practice a lot the move when you just learn, because I know all people have had a lot of video, some move
There.
on their phone, but these people is just happy to have the video, but he doesn't practice what he just learned. So how do you say that? So practice basic, and every movement we you learn before, and understand the movement. Understand the movement is very help a lot to become advanced. Because you can become advanced dancer if you don't understand what you do, and you have to understand the weight, the weight, the balance, the transfer is very important, and the touches if you dance urban kid.
As for me, I would say, so first thing is to me, when you're a beginner, that's not the moment where you're gonna add your style. I think not everyone will agree with me, but to me, when you're a beginner, is really when you're gonna really understand the basis and how to just execute properly the dance. And then when you can go on the next level, that's where you start incorporating your style. And when you can finally really properly, like you can already play with the music when you're a beginner, but it's getting easier afterwards. Because the problem is when you try to do too many things in your dance while you're just learning it, you're gonna lose time because you're gonna incorporate too many things and your bases will be messy. So really properly learn your bases and then have fun with them. You can focus on many things. Learn how to dance super slowly on a song, how to execute your movement super slowly so that you can control all of your moves and all of your balance. Sometimes you do a follow Saida to someone, and when you do the first step, if you leave the person will be disbalanced. No, you have to be balanced on all of your different steps. Okay, so that's another thing you can work on. You can work on your different accelerations, like don't open and close or whatever. Always have like a good frame. You can work on the connection, and then you can work on the disconnection. Can I understand the intention of my partner even when I'm not connected? What are the different kind of things? Like you can try to start adding like difficulty to your exercises, and start incorporating also your style, whatever your style is. So as a follow, my only recommendation is when you do them, do not bother your partner. Or if you're gonna bother them, give them a sign. Like sometimes I feel like, okay, I've been following so much, but dude, you gotta give that one to me. So I will just a little bit like put some pressure, and then I will do my little thingy, and then okay, we can go. But then it's something you will feel with different people. Like some people will want you to express a lot yourselves, others will not. It's really something about adaptation. And then we go back to what Eneko said about practicing, 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 which really is the best thing to do. And if you have the opportunity, go to festivals and really give it all.
I definitely. I'm very curious. How this is just like me asking myself this. I guess asking you all, but how will this whole COVID-19? How will this affect the dancing community going forward? I'm very curious to see how this plays out.
So we have no more party, but that's the future. My I don't know.
I don't think anybody knows. Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I think dancers are addicted, and that they will just go back to it whenever it will be possible, in a safely manner. I think, and yeah, I think in the meantime, also I've seen that there are a few festivals online, so people can still practice a little from their homes and stuff. And yeah, but it's gonna take some time, and uh, and yeah, I guess it's like bicycle. You never really forget it.
That's so true. That's so true. Real quick, two more questions, real quick, if you don't mind. Yeah, how can somebody improve their musicality?
It's very important to, like Adelina has said before, to listen a lot of music, Kizomba music or urban music, and like this you can understand the composition, and you become usually habitué,
Used.
you you become used, and when you dance or a new song, so how do you say that you understand, tu comprends effectivement.
You instinctively understand.
Yeah, you instinctively understand, and you understand at each moment what's gonna happen, slow part or fast part, and yeah. Listen a lot of music and practicing.
And I would say understand the structure of the music. And if you don't have the ability to understand it instinctively, count. Count the music and understand the scheme. How does it work? When does it repeat? When does there's a new thing coming up? And another exercise that you can do is like you put a music, and then you can try to dance on different instruments of the music so that you can try to improve your musicality. And sometimes you're going to realize that there are some instruments that you didn't even notice maybe before. So it is an interesting work. And sometimes something can be pretty difficult, but it's fun and it's interesting. It's nice.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, great points, definitely. Let me ask you this final question, and I want you both to answer this. Um, can you give me one tip that can make anyone a better dancer immediately?
Un conseil qui va faire que tout le
Je
monde
vais how do you say that? Comment on dit rester humble?
stay humble.
Stay humble.
Ça va te rendre un meilleur danseur.
Yes, because if you stay humble, you keep to take some classes.
And dancing with everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say something more concrete. Don't be afraid of the connection. So I'm talking about Kizomba. I know we can understand the leading even if you're not connected, but being connected makes things so much simpler. Like, to me, it's like it makes me comfortable and it makes the dancing really easier. So don't be afraid of the connection. It's like, if you feel uncomfortable, don't dance again with that person, but you shouldn't feel uncomfortable. If you're feeling uncomfortable with that person, maybe there's a problem with your chemistry with that person. But otherwise, it should just feel easier because like your bodies will respond to each other. Of course, don't fall on your partner, but you got me.
Both are great points. Stay humble and, don't feel the connection. Two great and wonderful points. At this point, I want to thank you two so much, for taking time out your day to talk to me.
Thank you too for
Thank
inviting
you.
us.
Yes.
I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I can really tell, how passionate you two are about, dancing and Kizomba. So I really appreciate that.
We really are happy that you were here, and we hope people will learn a few things at least interesting in this podcast. And
So, yeah, of course. Real quick, tell me, I know things are kind of difficult right now, but do you have any upcoming events? Do you have anything you want to plug, that people know about?
We do have a few events upcoming. We will update them on our website. The dates aren't really sure for now, so I prefer not to communicate them. So you can just check www.adelinaheneco.com. We're also on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, SoundCloud, and it's always Adélina Heneco because we women, we've been always put on the side, so now it's our name first.
I understand that. I understand that. Hey, see it. Like I said, thank you so much. I guess real quick, is there any last words you want to say before we close this out?
Take care.
Yeah, stay home. For now.
For now.
Yeah.
Perfect. Like I said, one more time. Thank you so much, Adélina Y Heneco. This will do it for this episode of the Two Left Feet podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, ciao.
Bye-bye.
That's all it is.
Hey everyone, if you made it this far all the way to the end of the video, I want to thank you so much. My overall goal with making these interviews and these episodes is to give a voice to dancers, to give them a platform to speak their story. So if this is of value to anyone, then that means the world to me. My overall goal is to give value to the dance community. So if you find no value in this, then I urge you to please let me know where I can improve on. I truly want to, just give value and content to
to the dance community. So please let me know how I can improve, where I'm messing up, because to be 100% honest with you, I'm learning along the way as I do this. I truly am. So to be able to interact with the dance community, it means the world to me, because it gives me feedback and it lets me know what I'm doing right, where I can improve upon, what I'm doing wrong, which I feel like might maybe more important. So please, if you all could comment and just let me know what you think, it means the world to me, because that feedback just helps me improve. So please comment as well. Please like and subscribe. That means a lot as well. But I want to say thank you so much for just watching this, because it means the world to me. I want to take you on this journey of the Two Left Feet podcast. I'm very excited for it. So once again, thank you so much.